a couple of places that have sort of revived themselves, changed the decor, changed the name, changed the menu, have actually done a pretty good job of it. Like last night I went to Obar at the Oberoi, and it was actually really fun. The kind of people who come over there, the kind of drinks that they make, the way they've made the bar look. It's completely transformed from what it was. Like this sort of, it had become a little cheesy and like flashy and random with a bar singer. And now it's not. It's not any of those things. It's actually quite elegant without being stuck up.
You actually brought about a very good point. Obar is one of those very few places that have actually come up in our friend circle conversations, where if you're towards town, they're like, yeah, let's get a drink there, especially around sundowner or something. Yeah. It's a great vibe.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And if you're just going there for that one drink, it still doesn't feel like you sort of broke your bank account.
To me, when it comes to drinks, at that fine dine sort of a hotel, for me, when it comes to drinks at a 5-star hotel, the name that I can immediately think of is Kopitas Bangalore. They've done a great job since day one. Okay. Really good bar program, superbly run.
Haven't been.
Kopitas is Four Seasons, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a culture driven down by Four Seasons. I feel that'll happen in Bombay very soon. I feel, I can't get the name, when the Four Seasons restaurant at the lobby level opened maybe 12 years ago. I was still working with the other hotel, and walking in, that felt like a better restaurant than I'd ever seen in my life. I grew up in Pune, so I hadn't traveled at all before I started working in hotels here. So when I used to work in a hotel restaurant, I used to feel like, wow, this is what Italian food actually must be like. So when I got to travel much more, and I was like it was a complete joke. But going back to the vibe thing, I think it's something we take, like Bombay Canteen we recently renovated as well, is how do you evolve the space in a way that you don't take away its approachability. That especially for Bombay Canteen, it was hanging on our heads, like, we are taking something that's, touch wood, doing well, and we're still taking that risk of changing the design completely. And it's about also like just choosing the right materials, right? Like, I don't know India's fascination with Italian marble. It might be like that fish from Colombo where it's not coming from Italy. But like just using the right materials, the right wood to give the warmth. I think aesthetically, India's design has so much, right? Like such great cement tiles we get here, and just using them in your design. I've seen a lot more better designed restaurants now coming, which is so much better, because earlier every restaurant used to be designed to be a nightclub.
Yeah.
Right? It seemed like David Guetta was designing all our restaurants.
It's still happening.
Yeah.
There are restaurants now, and I'm like, I went on a dry day in the middle of the week, and I was like, what's with the Avicii? But okay, it's still happening, and they're very generic in their clubbiness.
I've never understood that. How can you be a fine dining place with loud music at dinner service? If it's at 12 or something, I can still understand. Happens a lot in Bombay and Delhi, especially Delhi.
Yeah.
I think we know why.
The other thing that I found that restaurants, very, very few restaurants get right in Bombay or like elsewhere in India is lighting. I mean, what's with the flat, sort of washed out lighting that a lot of... There's no... So much of a restaurant's vibe and decor and mood can be built with good lighting, creating a sort of an atmosphere which feels fun or romantic or sexy or lively, or just makes everyone look good and makes the food look good. It's how hard. I mean, there are amazing lighting designers in India since at least the last 15 years. Like, I know I have like spoken to a few of them, but I feel like people don't invest in lighting. And if you get the lighting right in a restaurant, I feel like lingering. I feel like staying there for longer because I'm in a headspace. It creates a headspace. Like, it puts me in it takes me away from like it's a temporary escape from life, right?
And something easy to do. It's not
Absolutely.
that. I really like the lighting in Bombay Canteen.
The new Bombay Canteen.
New one,
I'll be honest.
The new
OG Bombay Canteen fucked up the lighting.
The new Bombay Canteen with the lamps and like...
Yeah.
There's a lot more finesse to the new one.
Exactly.
It's not pretentious by any standards, but it's a lot more polished.
So the way we say it, I always say don't design a restaurant for yourself. Like, that's a lot of the problems with the restaurants here is मुझे एक रेस्टोरेंट चाहिए जहाँ पे मैं दोस्तों के साथ अवीची बजा सकता हूँ. That's how business plans are made in this country for restaurants, right? Bombay Canteen 1.0, to be honest, like Ayaz did a phenomenal job of designing this restaurant, which translates beautifully throughout the day. You come in for lunch, it seems like a daylight vibe. And actually, we don't get a lot of natural light. We were supplementing it through artificial light coming from the outside. And at night, we used to dim down the lights, but the lights did not have that sense of privacy or that we normally expect. For me, what changed it was when we started designing O Pedro and I met a lighting consultant for the first time and said, wow, this profession exists. And that his name's Lyle and he explained it to me. For the new Bombay Canteen, it was all Shonan, who's done Bombay Sweet Shop as well. And the way she's designed the lights, like we still have that beautiful transition. Like if you come for lunch, it's nice and bright, but at night, it's got that sense of privacy, the warmth from the light lamps that we've put up. For me, this time it was more a bit selfish, where I want a bar where I can sit for a couple of hours, have the same cocktail. I don't want to experiment. I want to have a whiskey sour again and again and again, consistently. But that inviting and warmth of the bar keeps me there. And that's, I think, what the lighting has done this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say, for example, you go for a date or you go to hang out with your friends and you feel like the lighting's making everyone look good, making the food look good. You want to stay longer. There were so many places that were like either lighting very obviously for Instagram, and then there were others where I was like, if you want somebody to Instagram your food, then your lighting is not helping this at all.
There were some restaurants, again, this whole craze was happening a few years back, which are like India's most Instagrammable restaurant.
Yeah.
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 I mean, this is the other thing is awards. We were talking about awards. And I was like, if you finally splice anything enough, there is an award for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like best casual Cantonese in West Ghatkopar under 1,000 rupees
Yeah,
a
yeah.
head.
We won that.
That's a birthday party.
Yeah.